Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Alison. So for today's video, I am going to review another foundation. So this time we are going to test out a powder foundation. This is the brand new E.L.F Camo powder foundation. I saw some of the comment you guys want me to try this out and I am here today to test it out for you guys. So if you guys are wondering how this works with my oily skin type and acne prone skin, then let's keep on watching. Okay, so I got this E.L.F foundation from Ulta.com and I have this in the shade Light 240W, which is more of a warm tone. And if you guys have watched my foundation review, you guys know I usually pick up a neutral tone for my liquid foundation, but because summer is almost here and also I have experience with powder foundation with more of a neutral true to my skin color, it will kind of just enhance my redness on the face. So most of the time with powder foundation I would choose something more of a yellow and warm tone, kind of just matches with my summer tan. So this is where I'm coming from. I am using this in the shade Light 240W. This retails at $11 at Ulta.com and I believe you guys can also find it in Target, and I'm sure later on when it gets popular, Amazon might has it too. So I'm gonna give you guys some details of this foundation. This is a Camo powder foundation. It is a primer infused pressed powder foundation, delivers a buildable coverage and an airbrushed finish. So it does give you that long wear buildable formula with medium to full coverage, natural to semi-matte finish, and it's great for all skin type with oil control skin concerns. And it's a powder sponge included. So some of the key ingredients with this foundation is lock-on primer powder that helps your product to last on your skin all day. So with this powder foundation with the claims on it, it looks like it would be good for my skin type with control my oil and gives me that medium to full coverage. Your girls need the medium to full coverage just because I do have acne prone skin, and with a lot of powder foundation they usually give you more of a light medium coverage. So I'm really excited to see how this work on my skin. So if you guys are wondering how this would last on my skin type, then let's keep on watching. Alright guys, before we move on to the foundation review, let's see what I put underneath to prime. So for primer today, I'm using this Tatcha, the liquid silk canvas primer, and the only downside is this primer, it does get a little like rubbery texture. Really depends on what kind of skincare you use. And for under eye, nothing new. I'm using my Becker under eye brightener, which is the pink tone, to eliminate my dark circles. The Dior concealer, Backstage concealer. If you guys wonder how this works, you guys can check out my link up here to see my review. Okay, so this is what the packaging looks like. It comes with a very minimal packaging from E.L.F with this white finish. I remember they used to have a black finish of the powder foundation packaging, most of the packaging. So you guys can see here with the mirror, and this is what the powder foundation looks like. And on the inside it comes with a portable sponge. It's easier to bring with you to get a touch up. So this is the packaging of the E.L.F foundation. So I haven't set my under eye area. I'm gonna just go ahead and go in with the foundation first and then set it with loose setting powder. So as they mentioned, you can use the sponge like this as an application. So I'm gonna use with my normal sponge, which is what I use for my foundation normally. This is also from E.L.F. I love their sponge and I have a lot of stock up just because it's affordable and it's really good to get into every corner that I need for my face. So now I'm just gonna apply this with a sponge to see the coverage. Actually, one swipe you guys will see the products on the sponge. It picks up quite a lot of product, you guys can see. But usually with the powder foundation, I like to use a dense brush like this to apply my foundation. You guys can see it, a lot comes out. And again, because I do have a lot of redness going on these days, so actually go with the concealer or foundation first before applying this powder. Just because with redness, I feel like powder doesn't really cover up much. Alright, just because I want the coverage, and I do have a lot of redness going on, and I just need the coverage today for pictures. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with my usual foundation, and then on top of it I'll use the E.L.F to see what's the difference. But I'm gonna keep this side simple so you guys can see what it looks like with only just the foundation. And just because again I need the coverage today for pictures, the redness usually it doesn't cover much with a powder foundation. I tried it many times. That's why I always go with a liquid foundation in a way, just because I need a lot of coverage. But powder foundation is a good way to quick like running errands kind of foundation or touch up. Usually powder foundation I use it for touch up, and liquid I use it for the base. The redness is gone. It go out instantly. It went away instantly. So I'm gonna go in again with my brush to get the coverage on this side of my face again. I think this would be nice to kind of add a layer, like a loose setting powder in a way, to set it on my face with the liquid. So right now you guys can see this on my face with only the powder foundation, and even though it blends nicely around my nose area, because sometimes with powder it would just kind of kicky around the rims of the nose, so it kind of just sit in very nicely with this powder foundation. And compared to this side, I kind of use it as a loose setting powder in a way. So I did a liquid foundation underneath just because I need to cover up my redness. It was really bad and it did cover up instantly, and I used it as a loose setting powder to kind of set this foundation in, and it kind of gives a little bit more of a coverage on this side of my face. So you guys can see on this side of my face it still looks very natural. The coverage, I mean, I just need the extra coverage. So this is what it looks like with the extra coverage, and compared to this side of the face, honestly there's not a big difference between both sides. With this side I just spot conceal my redness, and with this side it's just the foundation, powder foundation by itself, and honestly it looks really good. The foundation coverage is quite good. I would say it's more of a medium, really like true to medium, because a lot of foundation out there they say it's medium, and on my skin I feel like it's more of a light medium. So this is like true to medium kind of coverage. It looks very natural finish. So now I'm just gonna set my under eye area with a loose setting powder, which is my everyday loose setting powder that I'm using here. Alright, right now I'm just gonna finish the rest of my makeup and I'll give you guys my thoughts on this foundation. Okay guys, makeup is done, and this is the final look with a full face makeup on, and you guys can see my contour is still on. Blush, actually blush is pretty minimal today, but everything else looks good. So with the foundation it didn't move around, it kind of just stayed where it was before when I put on the foundation. I would say with a sponge application on the foundation it gives a little bit more of a natural finish, and with the brush it gives you a little slightly more coverage. So I feel like this foundation, it looks good on top of the skin and adding on the rest of the makeup. So everything looks good, but I am someone who loves the liquid foundation just because I need the coverage. It looks more natural finish in a way with liquid foundation. So I would say this foundation is really nice to go for like a grocery shopping, running errands, or like a touch up kind of foundation with slightly a little bit more of a coverage. So this is what I'll be using with this kind of powder foundation. I'm gonna wear this out throughout the day to see how this wear with my oily skin. Hopefully it stay put throughout the whole day because I do have quite a oily skin. So if you guys want to see my final thoughts on this foundation and how I'm gonna rate this foundation, then let's keep on watching. Okay, so giving you guys a quick update, this is what it looks like after wearing it for 6 hours, and I do get quite oily. I would say you guys will see my forehead, it's quite shiny, same as my chin area, and you guys can see it's kind of a little bit more oily that I think I need to blot my face. Here I'm just gonna blot I'm gonna just do a quick touch up with the same powder foundation. So as you guys can see, I already built up another layer, kind of like touch up what you usually do, and this is the coverage, what it looks like. I feel like the coverage, it's very buildable and it's doesn't makes me look cakey at all for a second layer. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna give you guys my final thoughts and what it looks like after another 2 to 4 hours tomorrow. Hey guys, I'm back for the final check-in, and right now it's about 10:30. So I've been wearing this foundation for almost 10 hours, and this is my final thoughts. So you guys see early in the midday I did blot a little and put a little bit more of foundation just because I need the coverage. So as you guys see in the midday, I did blot my face because I was getting a little oily, and I did another layer of touch up with this foundation, powder foundation, and because I need to film another content for my jewelry business. So if you guys haven't known my jewelry business, I'm gonna link it down below. You guys can check it out if you guys are interested. So most of the stuff that I wear in my YouTube channel, you guys will see what I'm wearing with the necklace and all the bracelet. It's from my jewelry brands, and we do go for jewelry, just a little promotion here. So if you guys are interested, you guys can check out my brand in the description bar below. But going back to this foundation review, I would say this is more of a foundation that I would use as an everyday makeup look. So by meaning that I would be using this foundation for running errands, like just grabbing a quick lunch, quick bite with a friend, and not going to take like a photo shoot or pictures, because I feel like with my skin type I still like a more coverage, like liquid foundation, that kind of coverage, because it feels lightweight, it feels like it looks like more skin. And usually with powder foundation it kind of looks like a little cakey and it feels like people can see you are wearing makeup on top. So I'm not saying this powder foundation looks cakey. In fact, I love the coverage of this powder foundation, and with powder foundation, I usually just use it to touch up my face, so I don't necessarily use it as a base. Personally, I just prefer a liquid foundation, just my personal preference, just because I need the coverage. It looks more lightweight, it doesn't look cakey, and it just kind of something that I'm used to with a liquid foundation with the coverage that I need. But I still love a good powder foundation for touch up, and I've been loving my L'Oreal Infallible 24 hours wear, and this is something that I review on my channel. A lot of you guys watch this video because it does have that waterproof effect. You guys can check it out. I did pour water over my face, so this will be something that I wear all the time during the summertime, and even though I travel with it, because it's just really nice foundation that I would bring it along with me in my purse to touch up or to do a quick makeup look. And also another powder foundation that I've been loving, which is the Makeup for Everyone, the black packaging one. I'm gonna put the picture up here. That is like a lot of people's favorite powder foundation. I love that for a touch up as well, but I normally don't really use it alone with powder foundation. So I would say this powder foundation, I would give it more like a 8 out. So to rate this powder foundation, I will give it 8 out of 10, just because I do get a little bit oily, and usually with liquid foundation I can set it with loose setting powder, so it kind of controls my oil a little longer for more of a 8 hours wear. But with this powder foundation, within like the 5 hours mark, I do get a little oily and have to kind of blot my face and put another layer of the touch up. The good thing about this is when you touch up with this foundation, it doesn't look cakey. It's kind of like bootable. It looks like a refreshed kind of makeup look. So that is a good part of about the powder foundation with the touch up part. It doesn't look cakey at all. I really love the coverage. It looks very natural. It has the primer infused. I feel like that is why the foundation, it kind of looks more like to your skin. Not cakey at all. It kind of just like blend into my skin, infuse into my skin nicely. So with that being said, that is all for my review today with this E.L.F powder foundation. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video, and if you guys have any foundation you guys want me to try out, let me know in the comments down below, and then I will see if I can grab it and try it for you guys. And if you guys like this video, please also give me a big thumbs up here to support my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.